Sometimes you make a deck and you don't think it's going to actually be that fun, and then you actually create it and have a go and play around with the pieces, and then you realise that actually something that sounds simplistic can actually be just straight up fun and fairly complex as well. So this is an Arvad the Cursed legendary build. A lot of the creatures are legendary, so if you're into the legendary border, then this is the deck for you. I certainly think the legendary border looks really cool, and I was really happy when they introduced it because it makes it really easy to see what's in your hand, and I think that's one of the rare times that Wizards of the Coast actually made something good for once. So yeah, as I said, this is a legendary build, so you've got as many legends as you like. You've got a few nice synergies with like Edgar, which makes vampires +1/+1. So this actually boosts Arvad, and Arvad actually boosts Edgar. So they boost each other. If Edgar dies, you can make vampires, and then it turns back into Edgar after you've got 3 vampires on the field. Shadrick's Silver Quill is nice as well because it has double strike. Arvad basically gives him +4/+4 if he hits. So if you swing in with Shadrick's, that's going to be a minimum of 8 damage, and that's before you even go for any of the buffs. So if you put a counter on Shadrick's, you'll be dealing 10 damage just for one hit. That's a really cool bit of synergy there. So the deck is essentially lots of creatures, so it is fairly susceptible to board wipes, but we do have a lot in here as well with Day of Judgment, Wrath of God, Extinction Event, because we're facing up against a lot of creature strategies in the meta right now. But one of the best cards in the deck to get you back in the game is Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Don't forget, this is a legendary sorcery, so you will have to control a legendary creature or planeswalker in order to cast this spell. But if you do, you get all the legends from your graveyard to play. Don't forget, this says legendary permanence, so this also includes things like Argyle's Bloodfast, or if you choose to put things in like Bolas of Citadel, for instance, so just go to the bin, you can get this out. So this is a clutch card that should be able to get you back in the game if anything goes wrong. I really hope you enjoy watching the gameplay that unfolds before you. Don't forget to leave me a like and definitely a sub to help the channel grow. And the deck list is in the description below. So let's get into the games. Okay, we go first against Ajani. Something you don't see every day. Pretty cool planeswalker though. His -2 is powerful because he can do it twice before not being able to, and then you can just build up and do it the turn after getting 3 life. So it's very, very powerful, I think. If you can spam the field out of lots of small critters, even a Gilded Goose would be good with loads of counters on eventually. So do we really want to go for Thalia on turn 2? I think so, because it probably makes them want to kill it, because now this means that Ajani is going to be 5 mana. And if they waste a kill spell on Thalia, that's fine with me. Orochi Merge Keeper. Okay. And you know, we're just going to swing in. The first strike's going to be a bit nifty just to get in there. Now the annoying thing is they're going to have 5 mana on their turn, so they are going to be able to go for Ajani, give their creatures vigilance, so they can attack and block. Although they went for a tap. Although that will probably untap here. Let's face it, with the Forsaken Crossroads. I've grown out of favour with this. I don't really like it in 2-colour decks. Ranger of Eos. Okay. So it looks like Thalia was probably a bad choice here. Yeah, I'm not sure how many non-creature spells they're really going to have. Apart from Ajani. I mean, Ajani could be one of very few. Ornithopter and an Esper Sentinel. Yikes. This is going to be very tough to deal with. We're going to want a board wipe, to be honest. It's the only way we can kind of deal with this stuff. Vanishing Verse. Still think for now, just go for the Tashar. 3, 4, 5. So they can go for Ajani, make all their creatures huge. This is pretty scary.
I will teach you if I turn back while you still can.
So we might as well block 1. We take 1. They've got Vigilance, Swords to Plowshares, Dark Ritual. Kind of want Thalia to die, really. As weird as that sounds. Because then we can get the Citadel out. This is a weird move, guys. Don't forget, we can return it back once we've got the Tashar. Casting historic spells, so we'll see. So we'll let them draw with the Esper Sentinel here. We have no other choice, to be honest. And then, yeah, we'll go for the Citadel. Ooh, okay. We'll cast a Vone off the top. Land. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes. I mean, they have so many creatures with counters on. They can put 5 more counters on here already. Oh, and proliferate. Ooh, this is not looking good. Proliferate on this field is pretty insane, even with the Citadel out. So the only thing that we really could do with right now is a board wipe. So, fingers crossed. Holy crap.
If I have to light the way, I will.
Okay, so once again, I suppose we'll just block with the Thalia. I mean, we could double block the Ranger of Eos, but maybe that is the thing to do here, just to take it off. Yeah, that's fine. We'll deal 6 damage, prevent 6. We gain 4, take 6, lose 2. There's a lot of mass going on there. So we want to keep life as high as possible just because of the Bolus of Citadel. So now we have the swords. Yeah, we're going to kill the Sentinel here because I'm sick of giving them cards, to be honest. Heroic Intervention. Okay. It's pretty annoying. Enrica. So we get to revive. Right, so we get a combat. I'm going to make each player sack something here. So once again, poor old Thalia goes to the bin. We've got a lot of synergy going off, I have to say. So we can't attack safely. So we go back to the casting stuff. Oh, and we just hit an Aetherflux Reservoir. So this is pretty wild. Although it does cost... That's interesting. It only costs 4, despite Thalia saying it costs 1 more. So now we can start gaining a lot of life just by casting stuff. So sadly we can't play that. So yeah, we'll just gain a life. Sorry, play a land. So it is letting us cast this. Why is it letting us do this? I'm not really sure how it let us cast that with the double... What am I missing here? That was very weird. That should have cost 2. Oh, I see 2 life, wasn't it? Right, okay. Yeah, my head was just not working quite right there. So they can make the whole team go up again. That's 6 damage coming through. Yeah, I'm happy to block. As I said before, we want to keep our life total as high as possible. Down to 7. Kill the Ajani, pump the entire team. But now we have to get lucky.
Turn back while you still can.
We have to get very lucky. Okay, so land on top, that's not what we want to see. Let's get rid of that anyway. We can reveal the planes to make it... Ooh, Bastion, okay. So, yeah, we'll let them draw a card. We're playing this very riskily. No, we can't pay all that. So we could just die from the flyers, but... Nice, okay. So we're going to be able to gain a few bits of life here and there. What is scary? I suppose the Sentinel. That's drawing them loads of cards, isn't it? We go to 7. Have they really got another way to protect... Oh, they've got the Ollenbrock Escort. Okay, so let's use this. I guess get rid of the Goose because we can't take much more flying damage, sadly. How much more protection do they have? Okay. Goodness me. Come on, no more protection, please. Down to 9. We can specialise this by discarding the planes. Yeah, we don't want to discard the Shadrick Silver Quill. I can't actually believe that we're still alive here. And yeah, we will pass the turn. So Ajani costs them 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can play Ajani, pump the whole team again. And then we basically have to block. If they play any creatures, we gain a life with the authority. I still think we're kind of okay, aren't we? Sure, if they attack, we just block with stuff. This is double strike, so we can kill one of these guys here. I think I will actually. Thalia, take care of that. Yeah, that's fine. Try to preserve as much life as possible. Killing the Sentinel is going to be useful. I've tried to kill it 2 times now. Driving me kind of nuts, to be honest. We drain them off. Keeping the Teshav as a flying blocker is going to be important as well, because they've got an Ornithopter that's going to be lethal soon. Oof, Micaeus, that's going to be pretty rough if they get to untap with that. Okay, so D-Spark. Definitely want to cast this. Kill the Ajani.
I will return, and with more by my side.
Right. Land. Another land on top. Let's go for the Shadrix here. Now, the sad thing about this is, because of Specializer's wording, Laser will never be a 3-mana creature again. She's permanently a 5-mana creature now. So that is a shame. Let's go to combat, and so we can put counters on all of our creatures, which I think is something I do want to do. And do I want to give? The thing is, do I want to give them more creatures? I don't think so. We'll let them draw. Actually, shall we draw? Yeah, we'll let them draw, and then we will put a counter on each of our creatures, just to give ourselves a bit of a better defense here. And go for the Ornithopter. So now we can sack 10 things and deal 10 to them. We shall see. The Ornithopter is actually a good play there as well, because it can block the Ornithopter of theirs. Ooh, Emirius Call. All this stuff gets indestructible. We gain some life. Well, all the non-angel stuff, actually. Attacking with the Incubation Druid, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay, so what do we do? So once again, Thalia blocks the 6. I think we can take the 5. Ah, no, we're fine. We'll block all of it. I don't want to take any of it. We can always play Historic Spells and then resurrect them with Teshar. It's fine. That's if we have Historic Spells to cast, of course. Drain them a bit more. I don't know if we can survive yet another attack. We just have to get lucky with this Bolus's Citadel here. Oh, okay, so now we get counters on our stuff whenever we cast things. Whoa! That's crazy! We won that game! Oh my god! What the heck? I suppose Heliod would, every time we gain life, put counters on our stuff. But my goodness. Wonderful. We go first against Kalitas, something you don't see very often. Mono black, lifelink, zombies, tokens, counters. A lot of different themes that you could actually do with this guy. And something that I was thinking of building, but I think because it was such a diverse range of directions you can go in. Chose to not do it just yet, but you may see it in the upcoming future. So stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. And who knows, maybe one day your favourite commander might get picked. If I haven't done it already. I've done over 150 videos now. Not all of them are on the channel yet. Okay. 2 dudes. We can kill. We got an artifact and an enchantment. So this seems legit. Let's kill the Jadar. We also get a 2/2. So now we could go for Thalia. Or we could go for just the Thoughtseize. I think Thoughtseize is fine. And yeah, Arena is definitely the one to choose here. Arena gives them so much advantage. I mean, these cards are also great. The Witch of the Moors is fantastic against us. They can kill anything they want with the old Heartless Axe. So we're desperately in need of some card advantage, to be honest. So let's just cast the Arvad. It's going to die, but there you have it. I suppose it means that our later creatures are protected. So they can't block with the zombie, so I do wonder why they didn't attack. Sure, so Arvad just goes into the grave. We will hopefully see him again later, but for now, he will rest aboard the Weatherlight, looking moody. So they could go for the Kalatas. So we're desperately in need of removal here. Again, they didn't attack with the zombie because I'm presuming they want to sack it to the Kalatas to give it 2 counters. But Takenuma, probably not that useful until we get some stuff in the graveyard. But it is tempting to actually activate at end of turn to potentially get something back. Not being very lucky playing this deck today. I just don't feel like we're getting I don't know. Just sometimes the algorithm feels like it favours the opponent a lot more. Played a lot of games with this deck only to not get too many good games, to be honest. Could just be because it's sort of tribal, and tribal's not 100% great. Ooh, Rassard. This can really nullify them. Yeah, let's see if we can get Rassard out, and then next turn if we specialise, we can get a number of different abilities going off. So if we specialise with white, he becomes a 1-1, and if we specialise with black, when Rassard dies, we get a 4-1. Fatal Push, if they have that, would kill Rassard. But Thalia says no to Fatal Push because it will cost 2 mana. Yeah, we can also go for the Adeline here. Yeah, it's not a bad position to be in. Obviously, if they have a board wipe, we are in trouble. Interesting, so they don't have anything to do, so okay, I guess we just go to attacks then. Keep the Ornithopter back. The Adeline here doing a lot of damage, just 6-7 damage by herself. Any flash blockers will come in tap, so that's not going to happen. Probably kill spell though. Murderous Rider. So yeah, Kalatas will re-enter tapped, so they can't block. They're down to 7. So in a way it was good we didn't have the mana for, well, we didn't have the card to discard for Rassard. That was a lot of rhymes. So that's good. He's tapped. So if we go for the Arvad here, Thalia becomes big enough to get through. So let's swing in just with these two, I think. Let's just think about this for a sec. So they're going to block whatever is made anyway because it creates an attacker. So we might as well swing with everything. I think this is the logic. Because we can't help the fact she makes a 1-1. So logic dictates to block that anyway. So yeah, they're at 1. And yeah, we'll pass turn. So a board wipe obviously wipes us out here. Fingers crossed really. They go to 6. They haven't conceded, so they probably do have a board wipe here. Oh, Witch of the Moors. Okay. But they can't block. Sack a creature. Yeah, we'll sack a human. That felt really lucky. They didn't have any board wipes. But there you go. Sometimes it's just pure creatures. That's interesting. We go first against Rem Carolus. Okay, so they are a deck that cares about if a spell would deal damage to you or another permanent, prevent that damage. Seems good against red, right? But we're playing black, and if a spell would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent that opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1. So it's protection and aggression, but we're not a red deck, so it's not really going to be that effective. There's not that many black spells that just deal straight up damage. Not that we're using anyway. We'll see. Maybe it will be relevant. It could well be. I guess this is a good time for Inquisition. Let's just see what we're dealing with here. Lightning Bolt in hand. Shock in hand. Play with fire in hand. Okay. That's fine. I will happily absorb that. Get rid of the dog. And then now we can duress. We can get rid of something else. We'll get rid of the thrill. Yeah. So some pretty good hits there. Now they are just left with damage effects. And with the Bastion out, we drain them every time they kill our stuff. Bastion drains life, which means Ram Carolus won't be that effective. Oof, Lisa. Fantastic. So we don't want to specialise here because we want to keep that swamp to cast Lisa in the following turn. And I do feel as though if we do get Lisa out, it could just be game over, especially if we then go for Arvad after. And the more they use their removal here, fantastic. So that's 4 damage they won't be able to use against Lisa. Drain them a bit. So Lantern Flare can deal a fair amount. So they can cleave it, which still won't be enough. Yeah, so let's just go for the Lisa. Flying Lifelink. And then we never blocked, and it should be good. They could, of course, block themselves and deal damage on top of that. But if we go for Arvad, she'll be a 5/7. So how much can Lantern Flare deal? It can deal... They can pay 3. So it's 3 damage plus 1. So yeah, no blocks. You'd have to be a fool to block that. Obviously they can go for the Arvad if they want to. But of course it does mean that Lisa is even more protected because they're using an X spell to kill the support. Down to 15. Wonderful. So do they just use Lantern Flare on Arvad here? Cycling a Sweltering Sun, so that would have been 4 damage to everything. Obviously that would have meant that Lisa would still be alive. Lots of cycle effects, which is pretty cool, pretty nifty to get through the useless cards. Gutter Snipe, okay. Still not too scared. Gutter Snipe will not work with Rem because it says if a spell would deal damage, and Gutter Snipe is a permanent. Okay, so now Lantern Flare deals 2, 3. Oh, so if we go for the Campbell, makes it even more awkward for them, doesn't it? Super awkward because they're losing a lot, they're hemorrhaging a lot here. And then we might as well draw, refill the hand. Nice. We got the D-Spark here, which doesn't actually hit anything, sadly. So we don't attack with Arvad, we will leave him back, otherwise the Gutter Snipe can kill him with the Lantern Flare. I mean, the Lantern Flare can kill him anyway, so maybe we just attack. You know, maybe we just do. Maybe it's Maybelline. But then, by not attacking, it does mean... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So we gain 6 against a red player. It's pretty rough. Of course, they do have white effects, but why would they use exile effects when they've got a card that cares about damage? It's a catch-22. I mean, no doubt they've got, you know, a few ways to do that, but oof. Campbell draining them for 2 here. But then Gutter Snipe deals the 2 right back at us. And they're drawing... Yeah, I think it might be doomed. Unless they exile the Lisa. Then they've got a chance, but then Campbell keeping us in check. So they don't gain life, but Campbell keeps us alive. Dual strike. Ooh. This could be bad. They're going to copy the next spell, but then they down to 5. They'll be down to 3. Skewer the critics. Oh my goodness. Is this wise? Down to 2. And I think that's it, because they can no longer block the 1-1. Because if the 1-1 gets through, it's 1. And if they block here, that's also 1 here. But then they have to deal with these 2. Perhaps they've shot themselves in the foot. But maybe that was the best move. Maybe actually skewer the critics would have been better against Arvad and Campbell. And then block the angel in the air. Who knows? Okay, we go first against Alela. Nice matchup. I don't mind facing Alela. It has been a while. She seems fairly balanced-ish out of the Eldraine Brawl commanders. So these were one of 4 cards that were printed for the paper Brawl commander decks they made. So, ironically, this is a win con, all the glitters. Let's get rid of that. This is ironically meant to be less powerful, but they all ended up being so crazy. The other ones are so Gwyn the Knight, you've got the Jund's Dragon, which is OP as hell, and the other one is Tulane, which is mental, isn't it? Tulane! Let's make some fun decks. Oops, we made Tulane and Corvold. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's go for the Restoration of Aganjo to get a land here. Oh, I do like being able to play spells and not be dead. It's ever so fun. It's ever so fun. Chromatic Lantern. Swords. Oof, blimey. Yeah, we can discard the Mind Stone. We get that back for free, which is pretty juicy, I must say. So we can go for Rankle. Make them discard, but I do like the cards in hand. Let's go for Lae'zel. They don't know about Rankle, and Rankle has haste. So that seems legit. Lae'zel's really powerful. She can't be killed by the first spell. Right. Let's see what protection they've got here. Interesting. So they didn't have a way to keep her alive. I don't want to play any more creatures, because if they've got a board wipe, we're in for some trouble here. And just swinging with Lae'zel is pretty good. What are the options? So if we go white, we seek. If we go black, we return 2 creature cards to the battlefield. Bloomin' heck. Why is the blue one the only one with the different art? That's pretty weird. That's actually kind of cool. So if we discard a white card with Specialize, we can resurrect it. But yeah, I'm happy to just go for the Arvad here. And then swing for quite a big chunk, really. 4 times 2, and then 3. Sweet. And even if they do board wipe us, it's not too bad. So they've got the Alela with the Death Touch lifelink. Esper Sentinel. They get another blocker. Blimey, and it's a 3-1 fly. I mean, we have got the Profane Procession, so sadly, we can just exile the Alela there. And, damn, that's pretty dominant, I have to say. Opponent goes first with Prosper, but our starting hand is decent, so I'm happy to keep this. Board wipe, removal-y thing. Lovely. Prosper, as you all know, is an incredible value engine. Exiling cards from the top of the deck, playing them, getting treasures, so on and so forth. Repeat the cycle until the opponent is dead and out-advantaged. if that's a word. Black market connections is a bit annoying, but you know, they do lose life for this, so unless they have a way to gain life, this could be detrimental in the long run. We will see how much they do. If you've seen some of my videos before, you'll know I like to go for all 3 modes, because why not? Next turn, maybe go for Rankle, depending on what creature they... If they go for Prosper, then Rankle is definitely on the menu here.
Looks like Rankle's back on the menu, lads.
Oh, it's ever so lovely. So we swing just with the Rankle. We go for sack and draw, I think, because I want to find a land, which I did. So we give them a card, but we also get a card. And now we can guarantee playing the ECD in the following turn. And they're losing life for the black market connection, so if we can keep them off life gain effects, we're looking groovy. They do have 6 mana, so they'll need... That's interesting. So they assume that we won't sacrifice the Rankle to kill the Prosper. Okay. Let us see. Explosive Singularity, blimey. Okay. Duress. Maybe we go for the Duress first, just to see what shenanigans we're working against here. If they have the kill spell, okay, what have we got? Flipping heck. We're killing the Chandra, lads. And we're going to go for the Edgar. So if they get to Ulamog, we're screwed. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we sack the Edgar. He'll come back. Oh my god, they've got so many scary cards in their hand. So I think each of us discards and sacks. Yeah, no more draw, please. What are we going to get rid of here? I think the Wrath of God. Yeah, I think the Wrath of God. They do have their own destroy creatures. Man, why do I have to have Ulamog? Ah. At least Prosper's gone. We get to drain them a bit with the Bastion as well. Okay. So they can go for the Glorybringer, which is annoying, but damn, they're at 11, you know, it's getting close. 3, 5, 6, 7 mana though, they're 3 off Ulamog. Going for Glorybringer here, they're going to kill the Rankle, most probably. Or do they leave it as a blocker? Who knows? So we drain them again. So we have the opportunity to use the ECD in our turn, so I might kill the black market connections here, because it will slow them from getting mana as well, and we'll be able to get Rankle back once it reanimates. So the Glorybringer's done his job now. So we shall see. We've got the Nashi as well. We can ninjutsu a creature back to our hand, which could be pretty useful. If they keep missing land drops, this buys us enough time to endure Ulamog's wrath. Oh no, that's sushi. This is insane. If this dies, they get 3 treasures. Extinction event. 4 and 5. Okay, not the greatest. I think we're going to have to attack with both, to be honest. Oh no, we can only attack with 1, can't we? We gain 1 life. We drain them for 1. And this is a weird move, but I don't want them to get the treasures. So in the following turn, we will get the Edgar back. Magda, okay. They're doing everything to get their treasures out here, aren't they? So we're also going to get Rankle out. I think Rankle's going to hit them in the sky, hopefully. Make us discard. We'll see. We will see. Rankle is very, very useful. What are they doing? They don't want to use any more mana, it seems, and they seem to be very resistant about using the Bone Crusher Giant and the Obnixilis, strangely enough. Neither of which will be able to deal with the Rankle. So let's think about this for a sec. If we go for Arvad, they're going to take a lot, aren't they? 6 in the sky. Swing with both. So they block with the Magda. Well, they have to block. They simply have to block, don't they? And if they don't block, they're dead. Oh, that was beautiful. We subdued them to the max. Absolute max. Don't forget to check out more of my videos and also my Ko-fi donations page. You can donate as little or as much as you want.